We begin with Argentina and a new forensic investigation into the suspicious death of prosecutor Alberto Nisman. Nisman's ex-wife says the evidence proves murder. CCTV's Roy Ruttenberg joins us with more on this. Roy, how damning is this evidence?
That, of course, depends on who you ask, and we should put some of this into context. Alberto Nisman, for years, had been investigating the bombings in Buenos Aires of the Jewish Community Center in 1994 and the Israeli embassy just 2 years earlier. Those attacks together left more than 100 people dead. Now, in January, Nisman had been preparing to testify before a congressional panel to present evidence he said linked Iranian officials to those attacks. And more so, he said, proved that the Argentine president, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, blocked an investigation against the Iranians in exchange for energy concessions. President Fernández has, of course, denied those accusations, but Nisman was mysteriously found dead in his home on the eve of his testimony. Now, an autopsy was carried out, but Argentine authorities have not released the full results. Few details that were made public, some say, suggested suicide. Now, independent forensic tests, his ex-wife says, proves otherwise.
I want you to know that Nisman didn't have an accident. Nisman didn't commit suicide. Nisman was killed, and his death is an assassination of unknown proportions that deserves answers, and in my opinion, on the part of the institutions of the Republic.
So, Roy, it was Nisman's ex-wife who called for this private investigation. How reliable are the findings?
That's correct, and it was a private investigation that relied on the original autopsy, additional photographs, and additional material gathered from the morgue. The team of the forensic experts was led by the man considered to be Argentina's top forensic expert, and of course, he's putting his name on the line. The investigation also said that Nisman didn't die immediately from the shooting and that his body had been moved. Now, none of that was revealed by authorities initially. Now, another prosecutor, Viviana Fine, says some of these conclusions might be premature. She says a panel of medical experts will have to review the results and make their conclusions before the Supreme Court. But for many, this again puts the spotlight back on Fernández and, of course, back even on Iran. And this may be coming at a bad time for U.S. officials who this week are meeting in Switzerland with their Iranian counterparts trying to strike a deal over Iran's nuclear capabilities that may serve as the first step in normalizing relations with the West. But at the same time, Washington is also dealing with concerns by some who say Iran always has been and still is sponsoring terror abroad. Iran, of course, denies that, but some say, these critics, that this is just more proof of that.
All right, CCTV's Roy Ruttenberg, thank you so much.